All right, what up, people? I'm back again. Perspective, giving my perspective on the Just Pearly Things uh, debacle again, and this one is a little bit more detailed or more to the point. I should say more to the point because this is not about what Pearl's employees. Hey, let's face it. You live in America. You're employed by somebody that's white most of the time. 9 times out of 10, you're employed by somebody that's white. There are the few black employees, employers out there that will employ you, but for the most part, you're employed by somebody that's white. And their percentages, we may not know. In all honesty, I don't care. I'm getting paid what I agreed upon with my employer, and that's that. And the same thing goes with Just Pearly Things. Those black people that she employed are the people that she employed, and they agreed upon it. That's not the point. The point is what she said. Now, me personally, I believe every nation is racist. I may have explained it on another video that every nation is racist because if you look up the word racist, it can have a dual meaning. One, you can hold another race back from obtaining something, or two, you are for your race. Now, what I'm dealing with is number two, you are for your race. In that sense, I believe every nation is racist. Every single one. Well, and I can make exceptions for a lot of black people. Why? Because they don't show that they are pulling for their own race's betterment. About this Just Pearly Things, like I said, it's not about her employment practices. It's about her racism. She let it show, and that was the problem. Now, sure, we know, like I said, I know everybody is racist. I'm racist because I'm for my people. I'm for my people's improvement. I'm for my people's betterment, and I believe my people should be on top. Not all of them, but the ones that know how to rule, they should be on top. That being said, I was looking at Adam from Valuetainment, yes, on the O'Shea Duke Jackson's page again. And the thing about this is, I guess I want to talk about how white people are on code. Something that Phil Scott used to say all the time. Black people need to be on code. And that's why Phil Scott has the channel that he has. He basically exposes their bad and wrongdoings for the most part. Why? Because we don't have too many channels exposing their bad and wrongdoings. So he took it upon himself to do it, and he's doing a great job. He's employed people and all that. So he's doing a great job. Me, on this very channel, perspective, I have downed our women pretty bad, and I won't stop because I'm gonna keep doing that because our women need to change and they do need to be shamed. I mean, that's just how I feel. That's for real. So-called black women, they need to be shamed for the behavior that they have. That being said, let's get back on to the point of this video. Being on code. Adam from Valuetainment, the guy you see up on your screen, he is basically defending Pearl, saying that she's not racist and this and this and that, pointing out that he's Jewish and, and talking about Nick Fuentes. Matter of fact, I'm going to play a little of this so you can actually hear what he has to say.
Or trying to cancel Pearl now.
Yes.
Or call her a racist. Or basically say, that she is taking advantage of people, or she has a lot of black people that work for her that are basically up in arms about this. I get it. This is my opinion.
And that's another thing. You don't get it. Jewish people don't get it. And yes, he probably grew up white and became a successful Jewish person, and then he went out to say that he's Jewish, something that Jewish people do. But knowing that he's Jewish, because he stated it on this video, on an earlier clip from this video, knowing that you're Jewish, no, you don't get how we feel. And then on top of that, your people already showed how your people discipline other people that let their racism show. Now, I'm going to play a little bit more of him defending Pearl, then I'm going to get to the point of this video, how they discipline other people when they let their racism show.
Opinion now, I think Pearl is a good person. I do not think that she's racist.
Yeah.
She has not shown us
Yeah.
anything like that. I think she's a person that is open to sitting down with anybody. But sometimes when you're open to sitting down with anybody,
And that's not the point. Sitting down with anybody, don't care who you sit down with. What Pearl did is she didn't give any pushback on the points that Nick Fuentes made. As a matter of fact, she actually brought up her own example when he said the Jewish thing is embellished. Now, me personally, of course I believe it's embellished. That's because, well, I believe something different. I'll let that be known later on. But anyway, yeah, I believe the Jewish thing was embellished a whole lot. However, if I was getting paid by them, that would make it a whole different thing. And this is the point. Oh, and about him staying on code, you just heard what he said. He don't believe that Pearl is racist, blah, blah, this and this and that. Like I said, Pearl just let her racism show, and that was the point. Now, and of course, he's being on code by trying to defend Pearl. Of course. Yeah, you should do that. She's your people. You should definitely do that. And when I say your people, I mean white people, you know. So, now, going to the point of this video, Pearl is basically doing the same thing that white people do, whether it's Jewish or other, Jewish, European, whatever. She's doing what white people do. And I'm going to bring up the Kyrie Irving situation again, and let me play a little bit from this.
Following a suspension from the Brooklyn Nets, star player Kyrie Irving finally apologized for his social media post promoting an anti-Semitic movie. CBS News
Finally apologized for promoting an anti-Semitic movie. And they didn't only press him to apologize, because it took a couple of months for Kyrie to apologize, because it was like he didn't do anything wrong. Remember, this is what happened. Kyrie Irving, Nets guard Kyrie Irving said he took responsibility for posting a link to an anti-Semitic documentary. Posting a link. He never said anything. He never let his quote-unquote racism show. He posted a link on one of his pages, and what did they do? Kyrie Irving to donate $500,000 after promoting anti-Semitic movie. $500,000. That's $500,000 for promoting something. Not speaking for it or anything, just posting a link to a movie. We don't know why he did it. We don't know the purpose. He basically, he said it was for learning. You know, he watches different things. Don't mean he a part of it or anything. He just watches different things. But they made him pay $500,000, $500,000, just for posting a link. He didn't say anything about the Jewish community, but they did this to silence him and make sure he don't ever post anything like this again, right? That's what they did. That's what Adam's people did for posting a link. And this, I'm bringing this up only to bring this back out right here. Just Pearly things, Fuentes fallout, Pearl threatens lawsuit against Saura Garvey. So Brings us back to Kyrie Irving. What did the Jewish people do? What did their community do? They made Kyrie Irving pay $500,000 and made sure he didn't say anything else about it. Yet he didn't say anything about it in the first place. He posted a link, you know, and they forced him to apologize. Forced to apologize. Just let that sink in for a minute. He did nothing wrong and he maintained that position. Through this whole thing, he maintained that position. Yet they were so distraught over him posting a link that they got all of their organizations together to basically silence him. And Pearl is trying to do the same thing to Sawar Garvey. And like I said, it's not about her employing tactics. Who cares? You agree on a price to be paid for your labor. That's you. Same thing with me. That's me. And as far as the being on code thing, you know, it's like split in the middle. One thing that O'Shea was talking about is how this Just Pearly thing's got a lot of black people at arms with each other. And that's why I say black people are the most non-racist people. We supposed to be racist. Any other country or community would go to bat for their people, except for black people. I'm talking about as a whole. Because when the Kyrie Irving situation was going on, you didn't hear white people just speaking out against it. If they did anything, they were silent. If they disagreed with it, guess what? They weren't letting their voices be heard. That's what they did. They just shut the F up. That's what they did. If they disagreed with what was going on. But our people actually defend this madness, you know. And yes, I'm gonna have to bring up the Millionaire Morning Show with Anton Daniels. Why? Because I actually watched quite a bit of this video where he questioned Pearl, and he was on her side to the point where it was like, oh man, look, no, you treating her like that's your daughter or something. At the end of the video, it's like, damn, you gonna be all right. You gonna be all right. Well, what the hell? You sound like Steven, man. And anybody who watched Django knows what I'm talking about, man. You sound like Steven. I'm sorry. That's what you sound like. Matter of fact, I'm not sorry. You sound like Steven. And for the other black men that's defending this, you know, Donovan Sharp, everybody didn't pretty much canceled him. So it's like I haven't even watched it. I don't want to watch it. You know, I may take a view at it. I'm not gonna lie. I may take a view at it to see what his stance on it. But looking at the title, I kind of already know. But I was a little bit more disappointed in Anton Daniels. I wouldn't have believed that he would defend her. But hey, I can be wrong too. You know, it takes some time to get to know a person's character. That being said, it took 9 months for Sawar Garvey to pinpoint Just Pearly Thing's character, and he basically condescended the man, talking about, oh, you're an intelligent brother, you should have known from the beginning, blah blah blah. I'm like, no, man, it don't work like that. Everybody takes their own amount of time to get to know a person, you know. And unsurprisingly, Pearl leaned further to the thoughts of her people. Of course, Sawar Garvey gave her more of the benefit of a doubt over that course of 9 months where he was getting to know her, and he just figured out that he didn't want to be, you know, a part of her thing. And that's it. That's what you do. If you disagree too much with a person, if you and a person don't agree, then you separate your company from them. And that's what he did. And it took him that amount of time to know that they are not aligned with one another. And it's like, some of you black men, hey, it just some of you black people, it just ain't no it's very little hope for you, you know. And I get the pro-black thing because I'm not pro-black. I am pro my people. And just so you can understand, when I say pro my people, I'm talking about so-called black people, native people, aka Indians, and Latino people, you know, or Hispanic people, whichever one you want to call it, you know. And that should tell you enough about what I believe in, you know. And it's like, yeah, no, I'm not pro-black. There's a lot of dark-skinned people around the world. I'm pro my people. And not surprisingly, Pearl is pro her people, and so on and so forth. That's not surprising. It's just that she let her racism show. The fact that she let her racism show, that's why she's being came at by all these people, by all these so-called black people. Of course she's going to be came at. This is our way of disciplining. Just like they disciplined Kyrie Irving for sharing a link. Not letting his racism show, but sharing a link to it. It's like, no, this is how we discipline. But as you can see, not all of our people are with the discipline. No, man. You're supposed to be on code about this. But hey, our people got a long way to go as far as uplifting our own. But that's my perspective on it. Let me know yours in the comment section and so on. Till the next time.